Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. I do like to be beside the sea. Diddly bum bum, beside the seaside, beside the sea. I wish I was by the seaside. Let's update my 5%ers account and I'll have a little chat about planning the week. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you not seen me before, my name is Langers, and I am the overgrown child that is the Scruffy trader. What I'm trying to do is kind of show you trading in the real world and maybe inspire you with your own trading. So if that sounds good, please click that little subscribe button, smash the like, share the videos, all that good stuff. And we'll have a little chat. So what are we chatting about today? And why should you listen to me in the first place? Well, if you've never been here before, I trade for a living. And I kind of show you what I'm doing in my strange little way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a third party. You're talking of third parties.
Right, I'm just popping out.
All right.
You like coffee?
I've got one, thank you.
All right, I thought I'd check. Don't want you making a mess.
I never make a mess.
You always make a mess.
Of course I don't.
Scruffy by name.
Well, Cal by nature.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me? Are you happy now?
Anyway, I'll see you later.
So, that's the love of my life, Winky, who likes to make a little guest appearance every now and then.
You have caused confusion and delay, and terrible trouble to my trousers.
She hates it when I'm left alone in the house because she normally comes to the kitchen and I've kind of wrecked it. There is a good reason why I'm called Scruff. Anyway, but I've got my coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes his coffee, and I'll carry on. What I'm going to pull up is a third party prop firm that I run alongside my own funds. Now that is verified. No one can manipulate it, so what you see is what you get. And it basically backs up what I do.
Isn't that logical?
There's not many people who will show you trading in the moment. They really won't.
Are you serious?
Well, I'm going to pull up a sheet of a third party account that I run alongside my normal funds. And my normal funds took a long time to build up, and I trade them day in, day out. And I mirror that with a prop fund. Now, the prop fund is Forex only, and it's on a 50-50 share. So whatever I make, I get 50% of it. The prop fund gets the other 50%. The bonus behind it is all the risk is on them. They put the money up for me to go to market. Now, if you're interested in anything like that, there is links in the description below, and you'll get 5% discount off the buy-in fees. So what I'll do is I'll pull up the sheets and I'll show you it, and it'll verify what I'm up to, because this journey that we're on is ongoing. It's not a flash in the pan, and I'll show you that. Okay. Let me get this up. Okay guys, so as I was saying, this journey that we're on is ongoing. I've traded for myself full time, coming on 5 years. Is it 5 years? 4.5, 5 years maybe. But I've traded for over 15 years, and I started in a former life in a different capacity. I used to own a company that used to buy product in far off land, and I had to forward purchase currency because you bought it in the domestic currency or US dollar. And it was a case of trying to buy it at the best price based on sort of the current exchange rates, etc. And that's what drew my interest. And when I'm trading, I'm still trading along those lines, but it's all being modified and changed into kind of what you see me do on a day-to-day basis. Anyway, that's a story for another day. What we're looking at here is my sort of journals and wage maker sheets. I run everything on a spreadsheet because I've run businesses 20 years plus. And information is power. And that's what I'm going to touch on in just a second when I go on the whiteboard. Because I'm just going to spend 2 minutes showing you the figures, and then I'll jump onto the board for a little bit of planning. So this is the second tier of a prop firm. In other words, you go through an evaluation, you make some money, and then you go into the next tier, and they give you a lot of money to trade. Now, I started this particular fund, if you're looking at some of the other videos, at here, 52,456. That was the starting figure. And I have to grow that by 10%. I've got all the time in the world to do it, and when they do, they'll double it, and so forth and so forth. And I did a video saying, would you give 50 days to get £800 a month? Well, I'm just going to show you that works. Okay, so here we are. All right, we have, this is our current stat for July. There we go. And this is my figures here. Now, what we're seeing is the balances, the targets, the trades, and I know it looks mad, and to me it makes perfect sense because I can read it like a book. You know, I've got all my trades down here. I did take a bit of a smack this week here, but what I'm looking at is the day wins. Okay, I still ended that day positive. It was shade over break even, but it was positive. And here, and I'm currently 16 clean days in. I haven't lost a day since I started this particular fund, so that's 16 days. And if you see some of the other videos of how it was developed, it was a similar process through that, and that one took 51 days. It took me 51 days to pass the evaluation. Anyway, what's it telling me? What's telling me I'm time for a payout.
Good job.
Which is this. This is the prop fund. Just so you see, it's my name up there. And my payout today is $851. Now, I've done that in 16 working days, which I think is pretty good. There's still kind of a week left of this month. However, this is the last Saturday before payday, and that's when I start drawing out my profits, etc. Why? Because I get paid the last Friday of every month, and I want all the money in the bank. Then I can just pay it into my normal day-to-day bank to pay my bills, because it might come as a shocker to you guys. I still have to pay for electric and mortgages and things like that, like everybody else. So what does this show you? Well, it's a live account. It's telling you how much my balance is. It's closing on 53,000. I've taken 230 trades. My win rate is 90%, which it has been for a very long time. I fluctuate from 85 to 90, because I'm a great believer, if you're day trading, there's a difference between day trading and swing trading, guys, as well. If you're swing trading, your hit rates are going to be considerably lower. Nature of what swing trading is. Nobody knows what's going to happen in sort of a week's time. But when you're day trading, you should have a fair idea what's going to happen in the next few hours. And if you can't get a gauge of what's going on in the next few hours, it's probably gambling what you're doing. This is a day trading account. Out of it, we have, as I say, 90% there. My net profit pips, in other words, the amount of pips I've won net after the losses, It's 2,189 in 16 days. And the profit factor, which is the part you should be looking at when anybody's talking to you, because you can have a big win rate. However, your profit factor might be very, very small. In other words, what it means is you're risking way too much to the account. Okay, mine is 4.6. Okay, and it needs to be anything over 1 to be deemed profitable. So I'm 4 times better than what they expect. Okay, and that's kind of the way that I look at things. And the other part is down here. My average pip size is 60 pence, just 60p. This is done in lots, by the way, so it's micro lots, so it's like 0.06, which depending on cable is about 60 pence. And that's it. And I know you get people that always go, you have to show a statement, it needs to be a statement. Well, that is a statement, it's a snapshot of it, and it's third party. But there's your statement there, right in front of you. If I drop that down to 100, there you go. There's a statement of everything that I've done. Bing, bang, boo. And it goes right the way through, page after page, everything. All right. So nice and simple. But what is this? Why am I using this? Well, it's a prop firm. I'll show you that prop firm here. There we go. I actually work closely with these guys. I was that impressed with them. I do bits of training for them. Why? Because as much as I check them out, they check me out, and they saw what I did was legit. So they had me brought in as a trainer for them. And if you go through some of the live streams, etc., it's me that's hosting them. And as you go down, that's what I meant by the buy-in. Okay, so you can, for argument's sake, if you want life-changing money, and it's similar to the program that I'm on, it's this one here. Okay, you get instant funding of 13,000, so you're straight into market live with 13 grand. But look at that as leverage rather than a pot of money to trade. Work on this, your drawdown. Okay, and why do I say that? It controls your emotions, it controls your account, keeps your position sizes small. And then I know you'll go, well, my drawdown's 520, but I'm buying in for 565. If you look at it this way, what you've done is you've bought for 45 quid the ability to change your life. So basically, if you were going to market with just £520, you can't go anywhere with that. You'll get margin calls straight away. This will stop that. It means you won't get your margin calls. But you've also backed up with all of the training and resources these guys can give you. And then once you are through the first hurdle, and you've got plenty of time to do it, you've got 180 days, 6 months, so you don't have to go mad. Slow and steady. As soon as you pass, all of the risk is on these guys, and you reap the rewards. Something that I'm just showing you on the other screen there. 16 days, over $800. I don't think that's bad, and as long as I keep doing what I'm doing day in, day out, as I show you guys, because I don't deviate, I do the same thing over and over, and it pays me. Discipline and patience. It's the name of the game. But how do I get there? Well, it is with planning and preparation. And as I was saying, I was asked if I would have a little chat about how I plan my week out, and more specifically how I plan Monday out. Because on Monday, I genuinely sort of set my stall out for the week. So let me jump on the whiteboard and I'll have a quick chat about it.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, I'm going to kind of take you through my working week, if you like. Now, if we sort of start on a Monday and work through to a Sunday, you might get a grasp of what it is that I do. Now, the question asked by Dusty, salute to you again, my friend, is what do I do on a Monday? Because I often say I don't trade on a Monday, but I plan on a Monday. And I do. I predominantly trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If I trade on a Monday, it's after lunch, normally, or very late morning. Friday, I try not to trade at all. I find Friday a nightmare of a day. And a lot of the time, it's just because I'm showing you something and the setup is pretty much bang on. But let me take you through it. So my working week is like this, Monday through Sunday. So Monday is just kind of planning to see where the week's going to go. All right. And I might put a trade on. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are my trading days. Friday is essentially a day off. Don't like to do anything Friday. I like to mess about. I review on a Saturday morning when the markets are shut. I often go down to Winky's office, so you see me down there on Saturday morning. I fill in my journals and just kind of review what's gone on for the week, and then have a jolly time of things for the weekend. And then on a Sunday, I mark up all of my charts. I predominantly trade with 8 markets. I clean every screen off of all of my support and resistance lines, everything, and I put them back in. All right, I do that on a Sunday morning, and also at 11 o'clock every other week or so, I do live stream training for the Scruffy squad, and that can be on any subject. We're doing one tomorrow, and it's on swing trades and how best to apply the river strategy that I use, because it can be used in multiple ways, and that's kind of my week planned out. But then you go down a little bit further into what each day actually is. And it was specifically Monday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tell you roughly what I do on a Monday. And then I'll give you a snapshot of a trading day as well. So Monday, when I say I'm planning, I am. But planning what? I'm trying to figure out the dominant direction for the week. And the way you do that is you look backwards. And that's kind of where Saturday's review comes into it. So for argument's sake, if I look at cable and I see a weekly candle that looks like that, isn't that a fair bet that this coming week might have downward pressure in it? Why? You can see a huge tail here, and there's still a lot of downward pressure. So if the week is ended that way, I want to see if that is corresponding. And then how do you work that out? Well, you put in the top and the bottom, the low and the high of the week. And then you have a look to see what a 4-hour chart did within that week. Did it do this? Get halfway and then work all of its way back to there. So again, the last part of the week is showing that it's down. So that adds weight to that. It's telling you that it started down here, worked its way up to the top, and then came down. But why use a 4-hour? Because it breaks up the days and you can see it building up. If you did it on a daily, it would only be a small snapshot of data. But a 4-hour widens it out, and then you can start looking at how that day was made up. And that's about as simple as it gets. You know, I'm looking to see if the downward pressure was in the latter half of the week rather than at the beginning of the week. Because if that was the other way around, and that was maybe just a drop off, the pressure might be the other way. But it's a combination of what the candle looks like and how that candle was made up. Now that's the first thing I look at. Then I'm looking at what happens on Monday itself, i.e. the opening range. And the opening range can be from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 2 hours of frenzied buying or selling from the big boys as they are throwing their money in. Now, if that frenzied buying or selling corresponds to that, that gives me a bias. And then that bias, I just write it down on a piece of paper, and that'll be my bias for the week. It's a simple way of doing things. And I know you look at it, a lot of people don't get it, but if you see the way that I ever analyse a chart, it's that. Obviously, I'll go into it a bit more than that. I'm trying to keep this as short as I can. But if you drop in the comments, ask the Scruffs, I'm sure they'll comment and sort of tell you the way that I do it. Because I often break a chart. But it's as simple as that. Look at the bigger picture, basically. You know, if you're looking for the coming week, look at the last weekly chart. Even look at the monthly chart. Because the monthly chart, if you take the same principle, will also tell you where the pressures are. And that's what we're looking for as traders. We want to know where the pressure points are within the market. That's why I make a big emphasis on levels. Levels is king. I don't bother about indicators. Levels is king. You know, I do use indicators, but they are what they say they are. They're an indication of what's going on. The best indicator on the screen is price. All right. So that's kind of Monday and what I'm looking at. I'll just quickly get rid of this. But what's a trading day look at? You know, because I guess that's what we're all wanting. You know, get in every 5 minutes, make some money. You know, oh, look at that, it's going up. It's been going up for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm going to make some money. Are you? Are you really? Okay, crack on. Let's see your results. Oh, you made a loss, did you? Shocker. Sorry. Trading is not in and out all the time. There are sort of 4 disciplines in trading. You have scalping, which is a nightmare. It's fun, but it's ultimately not really going to make you anything. There's day trading, what I do. Now, that does have multiple positions within it, but it's essentially one trade. And I trade once, twice a day, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. You have swing trading, which is anything overnight to a few weeks. It's a little bit easier, a little bit more peaceful, but your win rates are pretty terrible. And then you have position trading, where it's running for months. They're kind of the 4 disciplines that I look at. Now, when I'm day trading, I break my day like this. So if you can imagine, start at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. All right. So how many trading opportunities have you got here? Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 opportunities to enter the market. 9. Why 9? Because I only enter at the top of each hour. And what I mean by that is, at the top of the hour, I look to see if there is a trade opportunity. Now, if that trade opportunity aligns with the dominant bias that I've already decided on, my target will be bigger. All right, so say I was going for 20 pips. If I'm aligning with what I think the big trend is, or what I believe the bias is, I might target that out at 30 or even 40 on the runner. Okay, but essentially I have 9 opportunities to get in. Now, you've heard me say I only trade once or twice a day. Well, if I'm only looking at the top of each hour, I might have to wait till 12 o'clock before I get a trade. So that means I have to sit and play music and terrorize Winky. And it's that simple, guys. It's all about planning and patience and discipline. You know, I never chase. No, I never chase a unicorn. What's the point? You want to chase a unicorn? Great. And you'll get paid exactly what a real unicorn is. Nothing. Unicorns aren't real. So, anyway, cut long story short, that is the trading section of the day. And even there, I try not to enter. I will only enter that if it is absolutely brilliant. Otherwise, I won't. So I've actually only really got about 8 hours. All right. And within that, I might get a trade there and there, which gives me 2 opportunities throughout the day. But how did I get there in the first place? Because my day started back here, 6, 7, 8. That section there. Now that bit, I am waking up, but here I am watching to see what the market's doing. And I'm keeping close eye on it as well. I want to see the money flow come in, let it settle down, and then when 9 o'clock comes, all my charts are ready, I'm prepared, and it's time to go to market. And when you go to market, you've already got plenty of your puzzle pieces in place, because my charts are marked up, they're already done from the Sunday, so I don't have to do any of that. I've reviewed the coming week, the Saturday prior, so I've already got a bias of direction which can give me an idea for target. And then when I come to Monday, I just have to sit and watch to see if it's all playing out and plan what I'm going to do. I hope that kind of makes sense. I guess what I'm driving at is plan your week out. Don't just switch the laptop on and think, well, I'm here. Give me a trade. You must give me a trade because I've switched you on. And that's something I see over and over. Chasing the market. It's never going to work, guys. It really isn't. And if you start delving too much into what is going on, you'll also number blind yourself. What I mean by that is you get dazzled by all of the movement and the flashy lights and everything, and you can't see what you're looking at. Ultimately, a chart, it'll go up, it'll come down, or it'll go nowhere. 3 opportunities. So what do? Pick yourself a bias, stick with it, pick yourself a system that you think works, stick with it, and then wait till it lines up. And that's the hardest part of trading, because so many people, they jump from this system to that system to the next system. They all work. I mean, currently I'm testing the rotation at the moment on a morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. It has a win rate factor of about 60 to 65%. However, because of the way that it works, its risk reward it's out of whack. And the returns don't pay off the risk you have to take on it. So it works in principle, but in theory it doesn't. And you'll kind of see an update of that on Monday as I carry on with this. At the moment, I'm getting battered from pillar to post with it. I really am. But I've started introducing a couple of GoldenEye principles to it. GoldenEye is my bread and butter trading, zone to zone. And I started introducing that as well as the rotation. And it has upped the ante and upped the win. Well, it's upped the win rate and it's upped the targets, which is making it a little bit more feasible. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to start introducing more of that to add the layers in, just to see if it works, because the original, it don't. Works in theory, but in practice, the risk reward is not there, and you'll lose money over a long period of time. And that's why you plan. You plan everything, and then once you've planned it, back test it, make certain you're happy. That's kind of what I'm doing with that. and then live test it forward. All right, keep it small. That's my little advice on your testing. Anyway, get back to time, because that's what we're after. Just plan your week out. Now, if you can't trade during the day because you're not able to do day trading, still look at a similar situation like that, but up your time scales. When you're during the day, you can look at 5-minute, 15-minute charts because the markets are moving very fast. When you're getting after 5 o'clock, I'm based in the UK, guys, so I'm talking about London session, up the ante. Your entry would be, maybe it's on an hourly chart, so check it on a 4-hour chart. Might make life a bit simpler for you. Anyway, I'd rather than ramble on, it was just an update and a few thoughts on time. Check some of the other videos out. There's some real good stuff there. I'm easy found if you're stuck. And also, have a little look at the Scruffy Squad. Details are in the description below, where I really do go into what trading is in depth and help you out as much as I can. So there we go, guys. Trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.